93 years young. Who might you say is Estelle Harris? Well, let me give you a little peek.
She's heard of them below.
About your side, your cousin Henny. She was sickly from the moment I met her.
Don't you talk about Henny!
Hello?
Ma! Guess what?
Oh, my God.
No, it's nothing bad. I'm getting married.
You what?
I'm getting married.
Oh, my God, you're getting married?
Yeah.
That's right, Estelle Harris, better known as the mother to George Costanza, passes away. Galen, you know, from Life South joins me as he does every day, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and JustShip.net. You know, Galen, I was a big Seinfeld fan, and she was a big part of the reason, because the Costanzas, that train wreck, everybody wanted to watch that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think her best episode is Festivus.
Oh, of course it is.
Well,
I don't know the one where she drives the car into the garage because she's tired of them taking up their garage with the computers.
Sure.
You know, when they're selling the computers.
Sure.
Serenity Now.
Sure.
That's the Serenity Now episode.
Oh, sure. Well, and then of course there's the one where Kramer, you know, did the quick stop on her.
Oh yeah, the
brake
short,
check.
yeah, the what was it? The shortstop.
I forgot what they call it.
Not
Shortstop,
shortstop. It's
yeah.
I forget what it.
I can't remember what
it was.
Anyway.
And Frank's
That's
like,
my move.
Frank's like, that's my move. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was fantastic. Of course, also the voice of Miss Potato Head.
In the Toy Story movies. People don't realize that she was Miss Potato Head, sending everybody off to school.
Yeah.
She, but 93, I didn't realize she was 93. 93 years young when she passed away.
I didn't either. Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, so.
Good for her.
But she was, I mean, you know, and I read something this morning that said they had brought 3 or 4 different women in for this part, and she walked in and screamed hello, and Larry David was like, there she is. She walked in, she didn't say hello or anything, she screamed hello. They hired her from that interview. So
done.
Yeah,
sweet enough.
Yeah. Oh. You know, just and there's so many different things, like with the whole stealing the bread, where she got on Frank, you know, where she was in with Frank in cahoots on stealing the bread and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were just said she never thought George was going to amount to anything.
Well, she wasn't too far off.
She was not. No, he was not a man. That's one of my favorite lines in the whole thing, in the whole show, is when George looks at Jerry and goes, "We're not men." Jerry goes, "No, we're certainly not."
He tried.
Yeah.
He tried.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Estelle Harris, 93 years young. It was announced she passed away this morning. It was breaking that she passed away this morning. She passed away last evening, but so not a real good thing to start the show with, but you know, a woman who made me laugh. So I wanted to start the show with it because she
93. I mean,
she lived a full life.
Heck of a run. That's a heck of a run.
And she'll go down in Hollywood lore as being George Costanza's mom forever.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's an iconic role.
It really was an iconic role. So, also this weekend, Wrestlemania. I know you watched it. I know you watched both nights, Saturday and Sunday. Didn't watch a second of it, did you?
I'm not 13 anymore, so.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was every day. If I saw one more advertisement for it on NBC or USA Network or something like that, because I guess NBC owns Peacock, and so Peacock, you know, if you have a Peacock subscription, you get the WWE stuff. And so USA Today and NBC, I think they advertise it every minute and a half.
Well, why? You mean you get ads on Peacock?
No. You get ads on NBC and USA advertising that WrestleMania was going to be on Peacock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And by the way, if you're a wrestling fan, people who know what weekend it was know, and if you don't know, it's not that big a deal because you don't like wrestling anyway. Is that a safe assumption?
Yeah, I would think so. I don't know how many impulse buys you're getting for WrestleMania.
I think you're getting more impulse buys to see what's his name, Jake Paul or whatever his name, fight. Oh well, actually, he was in WrestleMania. You may have got some impulse buys.
Yeah.
You may have got some impulse
Yeah, I
buys.
mean, I think UFC or a boxing match, like, oh, okay, I'm home, I'll watch that. I don't know if people do that with WrestleMania. I don't know. I've never done it, but that way.
When did it become 2 days? That's the other thing I don't get.
I don't know.
When
You're
did
the
it begin?
wrestling guy.
Yeah, and I still don't know when it happened. I don't know, and I don't know why it needs to be
Did
2
you watch
days.
both days?
No, I didn't
you
watch.
watch both days?
I didn't watch either of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm lying. I watched both of them. You kidding me?
I was about to say, I thought you were the wrestling guy.
I had it. I actually. This is how bad I am. Saturday night, I had it on the tablet with the volume down on the tablet, sitting on the coffee table, glancing at it every now and then while I was watching what really should be watched on television Saturday night: the dismantling of the worst basketball coach in the history of college basketball by the North Carolina Tar Heels, one Duke's Mike Krzyzewski. You know, he lost his final game at home to Carolina, and here's a great stat. He lost his first game that he ever lost at Duke. He lost to Carolina. And the last game he lost at Duke, he lost to Carolina.
Well, what a game. I mean, that was I thought the Kansas Villanova game was kind of boring because Kansas just cruised. They're in control of that from the very
beginning.
But North Carolina, Duke was a battle. And I kept, I'm like, this, if this stays like this, Duke's going to just wear North Carolina out because North Carolina only has 5 guys. And then North Carolina just kept pounding it in the paint. And they dominated the boards. And then, the guard, Love, just scored, it seemed, whenever he needed to. He got inside the paint, hit that little floater. It was a great game to watch.
Well, and
North Carolina's size is legit.
And they got
big man.
And they got Duke's big man, the only one that really is, they got Duke's big man in foul trouble 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and then he had a better second half. And again, Duke went into halftime with a lead. And I thought, wow, Duke is playing really well, and they really were. North Carolina just made bigger shots than Duke down the stretch.
They really did. But it was a very entertaining basketball game. And now you have 2 of the 3 winningest basketball programs of all time in the national championship. You were pretty guaranteed you were going to get 2 of the 4 winningest teams, unless Villanova somehow snuck in there, with Duke being the 4th winningest team, Carolina 3rd, Kentucky 2, and Kansas 1.
Nova's the defending champ.
They are the defending champs.
That would have been a nice story.
I'll be honest with you. I'm a Carolina fan. I'm a Carolina apologist. I want Carolina to win the basketball game. But after watching, by the way, Baylor was the defending champ. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 years ago.
After watching the Kansas Villanova game and watching the Duke Carolina game, my heart says Carolina, but I'm hard pressed, if I'm logical and objective, to see any way Kansas loses this basketball game.
Yeah, I was going to wait and see what the line ended up being today. This is a tough one. I'll probably just bet the money line and let it ride, but I don't know. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a fun game. I don't think it starts till like 12 o'clock at night, though, which is kind of terrible on a Monday night.
Tip, and it's always such a late start, too.
It's like 9:37 or something.
Yeah, the tip.
Isn't it?
Yeah, the tip is at 9:20.
Yeah.
And it'll go till 12. It'll go to 10 after 12, 10, 20. It'll go almost 12:30. It'll be a solid 3 hours.
I mean, yeah, and it's just it's too late.
The spread is Kansas. Kansas is a 4-point favorite.
4 point, yeah.
The over/under is 152 points.
I'm not touching that.
The money line is Carolina plus 170. Kansas minus 200.
Yeah, I'll probably pick up Carolina on the money line.
The Tar Heels are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games, and Kansas is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. So something's got to give.
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna roll with them. Both teams are playing good. I'm not one of those guys who hedges their bets. And go, well, I really want Carolina to win, so I'll bet Kansas. I don't like those people. I refuse to ever hedge a bet. You're in, you're in. So.
Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back more into this game and the happenings of the weekend with Galen Unall from Life South on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA. The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. It is April 4th. And I want to remind you that Christian Science lecturer Steve Salt, he'll be my guest at 10:35 a.m. on Friday, April 8th. That's this Friday. What if we could find the good in life for which our hearts yearn, is invulnerable to surrounding events, that it's never on the line for any reason? Well, Christian Science explains the incredible good endowed on us by God, a good all of us deserve and can even expect all the time. So be sure to tune in April 8th at 10:35 when Steve Salt is here to give us reason for hope. Now, welcome back into the show, Galen Unall from Life South. Galen, it is one of this basketball game, because it's such a blue blood basketball game, is, and it's the first one where the fans are all back and it's in the Superdome, and it's the first post-COVID national championship ball. Do you think it feels a little more like it means a little more this time?
I'm not one of those. I mean, I think every championship means a lot. I think it'll be a very highly rated basketball game, and I don't. I mean, like, if you're a Carolina fan, that's not going to be any more special than any of the other ones.
No, but I guess I said that wrong. Do you think it's more anticipated, more what? That's what I was asking.
Oh, yeah,
I said it wrong. It's going to be. It's going to break. Yeah. I think it might not break records, but it could get close.
No, it might. I mean, it'll. The biggest games are when you get the East Coast versus West Coast. And you're kind of getting that, but you're getting, if you were to have, like, if St. Peter's was in this game, that would have been the highest rated game of all time.
Oh, ever.
But Carolina and Kansas have huge fan bases. People love them. People love to hate them. And by the way, Duke would have had a bigger number just because people love to hate Duke. But it'll be a big game. It will be a big number tonight for CBS. They're very, very excited about the two teams they got in.
Yeah, it if you can't get St. Peter's and get that story going, to have the Blue Bloods in it's perfect for what they want to do for TV.
Absolutely. Sure. And again, if you had a California team, that would be bigger, but I think this is as good as CBS could have wished for. I think they're really glad they're not getting a Gonzaga or a Baylor, or something like that nobody really cares about. Nobody's passionate about either one of those basketball teams. So it'll be a big number today. Big number.
Yeah, I think it will too, and I think it's just one of those games that, even the casual fan has interest when you see Kansas, Carolina, and that helps a lot.
I think so. Well, a name recognition matters.
Yeah.
It just does. I mean,
Ask Jack Johnson. That's how he got. Ask Jack Johnson. That's how he got elected to Congress.
That's right. It just makes it so much simpler for CBS, and then I think everybody wants to see the one shining moment and all that. Yeah. I mean, it's always good. Always good.
Okay, that's my. For me, the worst thing about that night is having to listen to One Shining Moment.
The song or the actual recap?
The song. The recap is fantastic.
Yeah.
The song.
That's right. I'll watch it tomorrow and then I'll just watch it with no sound. No. Because there are things that you just completely forgot happened.
Right.
You just did. I mean, because there's so many things, and they do such a great job of putting that together. I agree with you. It's a little sappy, but that's part of what you love about college basketball.
Yeah,
and what a great week this is.
Oh,
right?
That's what I was fixing to segue into. Jim Nantz has the greatest job in America this week. Because he calls the Final Four.
Week of the year.
He calls the Final Four, then he gets on a plane and lands in Augusta. And then he's got the par 3 and then the 4 days of the Masters, which, by the way, is everywhere this week. Paramount Plus, which is owned by CBS, they got Amen Corner you can watch. If you're a member of Paramount Plus now, they got Amen Corner. They got 4 different television groups they're going to follow. It's just the coverage of the Masters is so much more than it was when we only got to watch the back 9 on Saturday and Sundays.
And it used to be on. I hope it's still on ESPN.
It is. It is.
It is. To do the same thing. Is this the best week in sports? Because we got opening day Thursday for baseball.
Yeah, but it's only because they were locked out, so it shouldn't be.
It's fair, but it would still have been baseball this weekend.
Yeah.
You got the F1 race in Australia. So Sunday morning for me, I could wake up
and never leave the couch. Race, never leave the couch.
And I'm locked in.
Let me ask you
this. Sunday at about 4 o'clock, if you're not watching the Masters, it's because it's not even close. And then if it's not even close, you're like, well, something may happen.
Right. I mean, Jordan Spieth was lapping the field till he got to 12.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and he dumped. What did he do? He dumped 2 in the water at 12 that year, and he hadn't been the same golfer since. Greg Norman on the back 9 in '96 just collapsed. Right.
Yeah. So you're locked in, and again, it's every hole. It's just an absolute joy to watch. So
Well, let me ask you
love this week.
Because I'm going
to love this week.
I'm going to get into the Masters after at the bottom of the hour, but let me get into this with you. All weekend I was inundated with these commercials. Long Beach. That's all they kept doing. These racers talking about Long Beach. It's the Indy.
Yeah.
It's the Indy series. They take it to the streets. Am I missing something here? Because I know you're a big F1 guy, but is Indy just like the minor leagues or something nowadays?
Well, Indy has been the minor leagues in open wheel racing since the 70s, and definitely after the kart split. right? Once kart split from Indy cars, and then there were two different divisions, F1 has had the best drivers, the fastest cars. It's not close. So whenever they share a track like COTA in Austin, Texas,
Right.
the F1 car is like 6 or 7 seconds faster. It may be more than that now. I mean, the F1 cars are just.
Well,
so
are the big
fast.
manufacturers in an
And the
F1
drivers are better.
are the F1 manufacturers also in Indy?
No, the only one that even McLaren has an F1 team, and Haas kind of does.
No, I'm not
but
saying the teams,
really.
but the manufacturers, because they got to work in concert with
No.
the.
No.
So what cars do they run in Indy? What manufacturers run in Indy?
Well, they have Toyota, they have Honda,
Oh, okay.
they have McLaren.
So they don't have
That's
Porsche.
not
They don't have
usually the way
Porsche.
Indy
They don't have
works.
Porsche and everything like that. Right.
Well, neither does F1. F1 doesn't have Porsche either.
Oh.
But that's not the way that open wheel works, especially IndyCar. It's not like NASCAR where you got
Ford,
Ford, Chevy,
Toyota, and Chevy.
Toyota.
That's it. Yeah.
It's a little different. The engines are very much controlled in all of those disciplines. But, you know, in an IndyCar, it's much more like NASCAR where even the body shapes are incredibly similar. In F1, you're allowed a lot more freedom on the body design.
Oh, okay. So I shouldn't fall for the commercials that tell me Long Beach is a must-watch.
Long Beach, I have always felt it's kind of a boring race. Because it's a road circuit, there's not a lot of room to pass. IndyCar's got this push to pass, which I think is a little gimmicky. But F1's got the DRS. So it's all, they're trying to manufacture passing because these cars are so equal. I mean, somebody's going to hit the wall.
Somebody's going to tear a front
said,
tire
I hope
off.
Andretti all that said, I hope Andretti Racing goes to F1 and races at F1 and brings another American car to the grid.
Well.
F1, that would be phenomenal. Because I do love Indy. I do love the Indy 500. I've been to the St. Petersburg race, which is incredibly boring. So it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
And Romain Grosjean, who was a back-of-the-pack guy at F1, you know, is consistently right up at the front of Indy.
See, and I got a great weekend planned this weekend, too. And I'll tell you what my weekend encompasses. It's not racing, but it is something still early in the morning on Sunday before the Masters. We'll talk about that next. Galen Unall from Life South joins us right here on WOCA, The Source. We'll be right back after this short timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee will vote today to advance the Supreme Court nomination of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, bringing President Biden's nominee a step closer to confirmation vote before the full Senate. Citing her activism from the bench, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham will be a no vote for her lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court.
After a thorough review of Judge Jackson's record and information gained at the hearing from an evasive witness, I now know why Judge Jackson was the favorite of the radical left, and I will vote no.
Since Republicans don't have the numbers on the Hill right now, Judge Jackson is more than likely to be appointed. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made a virtual appearance during the 2022 Grammy Awards last night in Las Vegas, Nevada. Zelensky addressed the ongoing war with Russia, asking viewers for support and telling the story of Ukraine's invasion by Russia. USA Radio News.
This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
That new doctor is drop dead gorgeous. Please, he's just another RV League educated surgeon with good hair. No, he's different.
Nurses, we got a Class C motorhome with a detached driver's side mirror. Meet me in the OR. Stat.
Right away, doctor. No, she's on break. I'll handle this one. Oh, you conniving little...
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.
How
long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
And you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bow Jangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles.
Catch the Bojangler at 4828 Southwest College Road here in Ocala.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday at 9 o'clock, Major Steve Cuppy will be in the building as Chief Mike Balkin is usually here on the first Monday of the month. But he has a very important meeting that he can't miss, so he's sending Major Steve Cuppy of Patrol to come in his place, and we look forward to that interview. But Galen, is on the line with us, as he is every day, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and JustShip.net. Galen, I will be sitting on my living room couch waiting for 11:30 Sunday morning, so I get a little later start than you do because your F1, I think, starts at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Is that when
it's not. That's not far off. I think it starts at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you're done by like 6:30. You're done by 6:30. So.
Yeah, I don't watch it live. That's you just wake up and then you're like, boom.
You put it on the DVR. You got the DVR. The DVR is the greatest, maybe the greatest invention of the 21st century. Maybe. So far. We're only 22 years in, but so far.
Yeah, you'd be hard-pressed to find something better.
Well, I don't have to watch the DVR because I get up and the game kicks at 11:30, and it's the game between Liverpool, who is 1 point behind Man City.
Sure.
First and second. Liverpool, Man City is this Sunday at 11:30. Yep. I mean, going to be. You want to talk about an NCAA game that's going to be watched? NBC is going to love the rating for this Man City Liverpool game.
It's going to be a fun match. Like you, I am a Liverpool fan, and I think this is a good chance for Liverpool just to really place their dominance. They've just gotten better and better over the last few years, and it should be fun. And we didn't even talk about the World Cup draw. USA it's going to be in the same pool as Iran and Great Britain, United Kingdom. That'll be fun.
Now,
we made the World Cup. You got to be excited.
Well, we didn't make the World Cup 4 years ago.
No, we made it this year.
And now, is it in Qatar or Qatar? Where's it at?
Yeah, it's one of those two
Is
places.
it in Qatar or Qatar? Tell me.
I don't know.
And
I don't know how
who planned this World Cup? Because in Qatar, in August and September, it'll be 120 degrees.
Well, they're going to play mostly in the evening. It looks
yeah,
like.
So it's only 105 degrees then.
Correct. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. Christian Pulisic, if he stays healthy, we got an absolute chance of getting into the knockout play. But the Liverpool game, you think Liverpool can actually pull it off?
I believe Liverpool right now is playing the best football that they've probably played this season. But the problem is Man City, in their last 5, are 3-1-1, but Liverpool in the last 5. Liverpool's 5-0 in the last 5.
Yeah, exactly. They're both red
And
hot.
Liverpool looked really good Saturday in the second half. They didn't look so good in the first half, but they looked really good in the second half of their game Saturday. And I was never a soccer fan. I thought it was a stupid sport, dumb. You run around, you do nothing, until I got waxed by my niece at FIFA on the PlayStation. And I don't mean waxed in a simple sense. I meant she beat me 23-0. That's not good.
That's not good.
To have 23 goals thrown on you when you're only playing 5-minute. We're playing 10-minute halves instead of 45-minute halves. So she threw 23 up on me in 40 minutes or 20 minutes. And so I was like, well, I got to learn to play this game because I can't lose to my niece at a video game, you know what I mean? And so then I started getting into it, so you start learning players' names. And then lo and behold, they actually have set plays and formations and everything that once you understand them, it's not that much unlike American football in the way that there are playbooks and there's practice play. I mean, if you understand the game, it's actually a pretty interesting game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think FIFA has been the biggest boom for soccer.
The video game, FIFA. Yeah, the FIFA video game.
Game. Bigger than any other sport. Madden kind of changed the way that people view football, but it didn't result in the ratings.
No, we understood the game of football, though, even when Madden came out.
No, like for kids.
Right.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Kids who had never played football started to understand.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had that with Tecmo Bowl. Come on, let's be honest. I miss Tecmo Bowl.
In the electronic board.
Oh, the electronic board. Or the Coleco handheld where you just moved the dash.
That was the greatest thing of all time.
That was the greatest game ever. It was just football at its purest. Just see if you can run the football and advance it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But so the English Premier League. And by the way, I know there are other leagues and all, but can I go ahead and just declare the English Premier League is the best league in soccer?
No. No. It's the most entertaining.
Well, you know
it's the most competitive.
You know what I like about it is that you can get a red card quick for faking in the English Premier League. Some of these players from South America and all, in some of these other leagues, the Italian league or the German league, they'll fall and it doesn't even get touched. And everything, they'll lay on the ground like they had their leg broke, and a referee will come over to them and get up. Nothing happens to them. You do that in the English Premier League, you can get on the sideline. A referee will red card you and put you on the sideline.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
I like that about the English Premier League.
There's a Netflix show out there. It's called Sunderland or Die. Have you seen that?
I have.
Oh,
it's really good. It's really good. But
I mean, you just get locked into these people and their love for soccer. It's kind of fun.
Well, I just know if you're a Liverpool fan, I know one thing you never do. You never walk alone. I just know that.
There you go.
I know you never walk alone if you're a Liverpool fan. And how could you not be a Liverpool fan? The Fab Four came from Liverpool.
Sure. Well, they spend a lot of money. They're not afraid to spend money.
No. Mane costs some money. Salah costs some money.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You know, it's the same owners as the Boston Red Sox.
Yes, the same owners. I know that. You know, and by the way, some of their piece players, you know, Virgil is amazing.
Absolutely.
Probably got the best goalie in soccer right now, or at least in the English Premier League. And he stood on his head Saturday. Stood on his head. So I got that, and then I get to roll right into English Premier League goes from 11 to probably 1:30, and then roll right into the Masters coverage. How's that not a great Sunday?
Pretty good day, isn't it?
And you actually get F1 English Premier League, the Masters.
I don't know if I'll be able to watch all three because I'll have to do something. So
shoo your wife out of the room. Get out of the room. I'm watching sports.
She doesn't care. We've been married so long. She's like, just leave me alone. We're in a good spot right now.
But people, and I know people out there listening to us going, y'all are talking soccer, really? That terrible sport?
Yeah.
You're in the minority, folks. You're not in the majority.
It's been the fastest growing sport since 1976.
160 million people watched the Super Bowl. 2 billion watched the World Cup final.
Absolutely right.
It's not even it's kind of like the difference between iPhone and Android. iPhone is the number one phone in America. It's not even close. Android's the number one phone in the world. It dwarfs iPhone. But in America, iPhone's like the Super Bowl. 160 million people watched. In the World Cup is bigger. And it ain't even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. So who you got? I know you're a Liverpool fan, but do you think Liverpool can pull this off? Because they get 3 points against Manchester City. That's going to go a long way.
That's a great question. I think Chelsea's going to win. I'm hoping Liverpool pulls it off. But yeah.
Yeah, and then
Man City. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Man
Chelsea
City,
and Tottenham and Arsenal are the next three, and they're not even close.
Right.
I mean, think about this. You got 73 points, 72 points, then third place is at 59. It's not even close. Not even close. So, got that to look forward to this weekend. Man City and Liverpool. And I'm going out on a limb here. I'm going to go out on a limb. Liverpool wins 2-1.
Ooh, all right.
Going out on a limb. Liverpool wins.
All right.
The police are in the building, and he's looking at me like, shaking his head like you have no idea what you're talking about. He must be a Man City fan. And he just thumbs up me. This could be a good interview at 9 o'clock.
His kids are huge soccer fans, so that'll be good.
Major Cuppy's kids are huge soccer fans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So we'll find out at 9 o'clock. See how much knowledge he has of the English Premier League. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
See what
That's
kind of.
awesome.
Hey, but you know that's not the only thing going on in the world. There was a show up last night, and now I'm starting to think: is this guy? And I know that his country's been inundated. I know that now the Russians are withdrawing some troops, and Kiev has supposedly been liberated and everything in the surrounding areas. But last night, the president of Ukraine shows up in a live video interview or live video remarks at the Grammy Awards to try to sway people who are already on his side because they're the woke crowd. I mean, when does it stop being about freeing your country from Russia and starts becoming that you just like the camera?
He's very, very close to that. I mean, he is winning the war too. He's winning the PR war and he's winning this battle. I mean, kicking Russia right back to Russia. It's fascinating, isn't it? I think it's pretty fascinating. So I'm not quite sure how it's going to shake out.
I mean, the Grammys, and I guess it was a pre-taped video message. No, it was actually live. They say it was loud. I'm looking at this. Well, both articles say two different things. But he appeared at the Grammys. I mean,
okay.
First off, somebody gave him bad intel because it was the worst-rated Grammys, just like it was the worst-rated Academy Awards show. So somebody gave him bad intel that America watches the Grammys. He should have showed up maybe at the end of the Valero Open.
Yeah, and again, that's another golf. Nobody watched the Valero this weekend.
I do. I forgot that it was. I forgot. I forgot it's the Valero Texas Open, and the Texas Open is one of the longest-running golf tournaments in the history of the United States. 100 years this year, the Valero Open ran, and past winners are big-time winners. Ben Crenshaw, Ben Hogan, Jack Nicklaus has won it. Arnold's won it. I mean, the big names have all won the Texas Open because at one time it was a huge golf tournament. But now it kind of feels like now, and I hate to say this, and people are going to kill me, especially golf fans, but I don't see much difference between the Valero Texas Open and the Four Corners, the John Deere Classic played over there in the Four Corners. I just don't see much difference in the two, except for history. But tournament-wise, they're about the same tournament nowadays.
Well, nobody wants to play in it because it's the week before the Masters.
Right.
That's the big issue. Right. I mean, if you're looking at one thing, that's the reason.
Yeah, I'm not. At nobody the number one player in the world wasn't there. And by the way, how crazy is that Scotty Scheffler is the number one player in the world?
Not surprised. Are you?
He's been,
played really well.
He won his first tournament 120 days ago, and now he's number one in the world.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yep.
It took Tiger Woods a year and a half to get to number one. Took Brooks Koepka almost 3 years. Took Scotty 4.5 months.
Yeah.
But he is red hot. But
I mean, he is just red hot.
But he's not an embarrassment. And you know who is an embarrassment? Did you see what Taylor Gooch did? Taylor Gooch.
How long it was going to take you to?
Taylor Gooch invited to his first Masters, and his play has given him the ability to be invited to his first Masters. So Saturday afternoon, Taylor Gooch is at the Masters at Augusta National. And he's on the putting green. He's putting. 15 minutes he putts before somebody finally walks up to him. The co-head pro walks up, J.J. Weaver. They have a conversation in hushed tones. Taylor Gooch leaves, reappears 5 minutes later in rain pants. Somehow Taylor Gooch missed the memo that nobody, and I mean nobody, from presidents to members to guests, nobody is allowed to play golf or to be at that golf club as a golfer or a member in shorts. And Taylor's out on the putting green in shorts. How do you miss that? How do you not know that you can't be a golfer at the Masters in shorts? Why do you think they wear the white jumpsuits, Taylor? Because your caddy can't even be in shorts.
Yeah, I mean, you blame him, though. How was he? If you don't know something, you don't know something.
How do you not know
and
that? It's
like,
the tournament you all grow up wanting to play in.
Come on. But you didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that you couldn't wear it like on the putting green. But then I read you're not allowed to wear it like anywhere on the ground.
No, you're not allowed. If you're a golfer, a member, the only people that can wear shorts at the Augusta National are patrons that come to watch the golf tournament. That's it.
Right.
Everybody inside the ropes must have on pants. Everybody. They don't care. Everybody. And that's part of what is so great about the Masters is they don't care. They make rules, and either you listen to them or you don't get invited back. It's that easy. How does somebody how does somebody in that group not know, hey, dude, it's the Masters? I mean, you're playing, it's the first time you ever played. You got to know what you're wearing every day. You got to know everything about every day. And Taylor Gooch, and by the way, the fact that they let him on the grounds and let him out, and somebody went 15 minutes while he was on, he walked through the clubhouse. How many green jackets did he walk by? How many times did he walk by a staff member or a pro or something? I mean, somebody should have stopped him and said, hey, man, before he got out where cameras saw him and the conversation took place, you know, where everybody was watching. A lot of people dropped the ball on this one.
Oh, you're completely dead on right. I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's a huge deal. It's the Masters.
Oh, come on.
It's the Masters.
I get that. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I understand he made a mistake, but it's not like he said, I refuse to put him on.
No, he
came back
he
out
put him on right
round.
away. He put him on right away, and then kind of in the interview that he did Saturday, he goes, you know, he said in the interview, I even know I'm not supposed to wear shorts here, and it never crossed my mind because that's what we do on practice days, you know, leading up to tournaments. So it never even. Once the guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, you know, you can't be out here in shorts," I immediately knew that I shouldn't be out here and that I couldn't be out here. So,
absolutely correct.
It's just one of those things. I'm sure it slipped his mind. And because golfers are horribly, horribly dependent on their routine. And the Masters never is part of the routine they're used to. That's part of overcoming what it takes to win the Masters, is it throws even the professional golfers out of their normal routine.
Well, it's so monumental. You don't, you know, they're probably not sleeping very well. They're probably not thinking very clearly. Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
It's his first Masters ever. You know, it's just one of those places.
You got it. So what are you doing? Are you cutting the guy a break, or are you completely blaming him and want him banned for the PGA Tour?
No, I'm not blaming it. Here's who I blame. I blame anybody he walked by that works for the National or that is a member of the National. I blame his team because it is a team effort. There's managers, there's coaches and everything. Somebody before he got to the practice green, because his mind's on, oh my God, I'm in the Masters, the first time ever. You know, he's taking it in. It's the pinnacle of where most golfers want to arrive, to be even invited. So I mean, I can I remember, and this is no comparison whatsoever, but I remember how I felt and how I didn't even realize that I was even what was going on around me until about the third hole. The first time I got invited to the camp, because I thought it was so great that somebody finally recognized that I should be invited to play in the camp. And I know it's not the same, but I understand as a golfer, I probably missed some things that I should have took in that morning that I didn't take in, that I saw the second time I played the camp, because I was just so caught up in being there for the first time and everything. So I don't blame Taylor Gooch. There's a lot of people that saw him in shorts. There's a lot of people that work for him or work with him. To let him go, it's kind of like if you got a friend that's dressed in something that you know looks terrible, you stop them before you go out some nights and go, hey.
No, you don't.
No, because you like to take pictures of them and laugh. I know.
That's right. That's right. So do you. Don't act like you're better than that.
No.
Look.
No, I'm always the guy. You ask any of my friends, anything, I'm always the guy. That's when they would get angry at me. I would stop people and go, really? Seriously? You think you're going out with me somewhere tonight dressed like that? I would tell girlfriends and friends of mine, honey, you're a size 10, not a size 4. Rethink that outfit. Oh, I would do it all the time.
Wow.
Oh, that's why none of my boys' wives care for me, because I'm brutally honest about stuff like that. Oh no. Wow. I would have told Taylor Gooch, dude, you can't have shorts on out here. What the hell are you thinking? Oh yeah, I'd have done that.
Wow.
Quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's one of the things I get blamed for, because I am painfully honest, about stuff like that. And
all right.
Somebody dropped the ball with Taylor, but that lends to the question that I had with somebody. We had this conversation last night. He goes, "But it's 2022. Shouldn't the Masters lighten up a little bit? I mean, they were probably $150 designer shorts that they were probably given to him by his sponsor, but they're probably the most expensive shorts his sponsor makes, or hocks and everything. So shouldn't the Masters lighten up and allow shorts, sometime? And I go, no, they shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't.
But,
no, they should not.
People think they should lighten up. People also think they should cut Eisenhower's tree down, but they're not doing it.
No.
So,
no, I was wondering, I could not care less about this one, but good for you.
Well, it's just
good for you.
It's if you let this go, people will start sitting in your chair. And that's one of the greatest things about the Masters is you can go to the Masters. You get there early in the morning on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever morning. You get there early enough. You put your chair in a good spot, about a row and a half back on 18, and then you just walk away, and you go enjoy the afternoon. And at about 2:30, you meander back to the 18th green. 2:30, 3 o'clock, you meander back to the 18th green, and there's a huge crowd. 10, 15 deep all around the 18th green. And you go, excuse me. I'm second row with my chair up there. Could I get by, please? Oh, certainly. And people move out of your way, and you get to where you put your chair, and lo and behold, there's your chair. Nobody's sitting in it. Nobody's messed with it. And you get to sit down and watch the golf. That doesn't happen anywhere else. That doesn't happen anywhere else.
That's fact. That's an absolute fact.
That way,
not even at the parade here in Ocala.
No. That way, if you don't police the shorts, then the next thing you know, somebody's sitting in your chair. And that's a problem, pal. Next thing you know, somebody's running between holes. That's a problem, pal. Next thing you know, a pimento sandwich is $8. That's a problem, pal.
So it's just a slippery slope.
It is.
No shorts on the
No
putting
shorts, because if you do that, before too long, a beer is $16 and a pimento sandwich is $10. Right now, for $16, you can get 3 pimento sandwiches, 3 beers, and 2 cookies.
I hear their cookies are legendary.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. The chocolate chip cookie is legendary. And I took a listener here in 2012, and he bought the first round.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, he bought the first round.
We know.
And then when he found out how cheap it was, he bought every round the rest of the day. You can go get a Masters hat right now. A Masters hat says 2022. You can buy it online at masters.com right now for $22. That same hat for the 2022 Players Championship would be $50.
$643.
You can get a Masters flag for $20. You buy a Players Championship flag, it's $105.
Absolutely.
They don't need the money. Hey, where's the Bloodmobile, Galen?
Hey, today the Bloodmobile is actually in for service, but make sure you ask Mr. Cuppy about his great kids.
I will.
Our kids went to USA Martial Arts together and got their black belts together.
I'll do it. Galen,
I hope they're doing well.
Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye all.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance